So now chasing money, what can it do? What can chasing money do to us? Number one, it can lead to physical burnout. Have anyone on this line experienced physical burnout? If you want to just throw your hands up before, throw your hands up. If you've been out here and you've been going so hard at times and you experience a physical burnout, if you haven't, just keep on living. Keep on living. Physical burnout happens. He said me today. She said she got a physical burnout today. This is what happens, especially if you're an entrepreneur out here. There were times running my car business when I was supposed to shut down my operation at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. And guess what? I had my wife driving me an hour to an hour and a half away almost to a whole nother city to pick up cars at 11 to 12 at night because I was on it. I was grinding. I was on a mission trying to take care of my family, right? But some of that stuff could have waited to the next day. I was trying to get cars back to my lot at 10, 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning so that they could be already there to be ready to be sold the next day. But guess what happens? They didn't end up selling anyway. While I was trying to hurry up and get them back to the lot, they still didn't end up selling until 2 or 3 weeks later. So what was the good? And me going, taking my wife away from the family, away from homeschool, away from her rest, to drive me up here to get these cars. Listen here, learn from my experiences. All right, learn from my experiences because there come moments where you could just black out, and especially when you got these goals. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you all to not set goals for yourself. I'm not telling you all to not set financial benchmarks. All right, there are times where you need to know your number. You need to know how much money that you need to bring into your household every single month to make sure that everything is running efficiently, to make sure that all your bills are getting paid. All right. And so you have that number, and then then you might ask the Most High, okay, listen, Father, my household, it may take $5,000 or $6,000 a month to run just with that. All right. And then I just don't want to just be over here just getting by. So, Father, is it okay if I just add another $1,500 or another $3,000 as an extra goal? So instead of me, just trying to make 5,000 to 6,000, Father, can I set a goal for 7,000 or 8,000? All right, I don't believe the Father's upset with that. But when it becomes an all obsession, because you just don't want to make just enough money just to get by, because if one accident happens, one thing happens to your car, an emergency situation come about, then you wiped out the game if you just making enough just to get by. So it's okay to set financial goals. Don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. Set you some financial goals, but I'm telling you, just do not worship the money in the process. Let's continue. So chasing money can lead to physical burnout. All right, I talked about that. My first year generating a six-figure income, I had terrible sleeping habits. This goes right here to Ecclesiastes 31 again. Watching for riches consumeth the flesh, and the care thereof driveth away sleep. I had terrible sleeping habits. Terrible sleeping habits. Number one, because I was up going to sleep at 1, 2, or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got to get right back up at 6 or 7 to go to an auction to try to buy some more cars. The care thereof take away sleep. Watching care will not let a man slumber, as a sore disease breaketh up sleep. Listen here. You want to make sure that you get the proper rest for your body so they can operate at an optimum level. Not that you're experiencing physical burnout and that you're just like a phone just like the phone that never gets charged all the way to 100%. And for those of you that don't put your phone on the charger at night and you get up in the morning and your phone is at 46%, it's not at 100. It's not going to move at the speed it's supposed to move. And our bodies are the same way. They say our body is filled with electricity. Darren the Aspire can correct me if I'm wrong, but they say our body is electric. And so guess what? You need to be charging up just like that battery. And if you don't give your body the proper rest, you're going to experience a physical burnout. This is what happens when you're chasing money. Number two, you experience poor spirituality when you are chasing the bag. Why? Because now something else has become your Elohim. Something else has become your Most High. That's what you sacrifice to. That's what you live for. You get excited about. Yes, I've had times I've been excited about money. I ain't about to lie to you. Very excited. My mood changed. We talk about some dollar bills, count some dollar bills. Man, smile all on my face. Listen here. We should be thankful and smiling because of the goodness of our Most High Yah all day long. Whatever situation, whatever state that we may find ourselves in, we should be giving thanks for where we at. So poor spirituality. Guess what? Like I talked about, you chasing the bag. Next thing you know, you're not attending gatherings no more. You missing Sabbath days. You missing whatever. You go on Sunday. You missing meetings with spiritual believers. Because why? Because you need some more overtime. And now you be like the person in here in the book of Ecclesiasticus where it talks about the person that all he is his labor is in his craft. It said this person will not be sought out for public counsel, nor will he sit in the seat of the elders. All he's going to hear is the banging of the hammer and the anvils. All he's going to hear is the noise of the city. And he's not going to be good for nothing else but to talk to you about how to fix things and how to do his craft. The Most High wants us to be able to communicate his love with people on all different levels, not just to be talking to him about business. So yes, we use the business to get us to where we need to get to, and ultimately it's to do his work. Let's continue. Temptations come when you're chasing the bag. Why? Because they talk about the more money you get, you magnify the person that you already are. So if you're a person right here that have a lust issues and you chasing the bag and you get more money, guess what? Your lust issues are going to intensify. Now you got more money to fulfill your desires. Temptations arise. You're doing overtime now. So guess what? You staying to work longer and you working around the people that you might have some feelings for. Temptations arise when you're chasing that bag. All right, so what we need to focus on is servant leadership. There was a quote by a man named Zig Ziglar, motivational speaker in the 1900s, one of the most renowned people in that time. He said, if you help enough people get what they want, you will have everything that you want. So greatness comes in serving. The Messiah. All right, he says, he that is greatest among you is the servant of them all. So what we need to be doing is finding ways to serve people, and our income will take care of itself. Find a way to serve enough people, and guess what? You're not going to have to chase the bag. The bag is going to be chasing you. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back row. Find enough people to serve, and you will not have to chase the bag. The bag will be chasing you. Find a way to serve. Some will say that Solomon chased the bag. King Solomon, the richest, wealthiest, wisest king that ever lived, besides the Messiah, he said he chased the bag. Let's go and see if what they're saying is right. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 3. Let's talk about Solomon for a second as we get ready to transition to the close over here. 1 Kings chapter 3. We talk about Solomon chasing the bag. The man that was all about wisdom and wealth, right? 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 1. And Solomon made affinity with Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and took Pharaoh's daughter and brought her into the city of David until he had made an end of building his own house and the house of Yah and the wall of Jerusalem round about. Pay attention to what happened in the very first part of verse number 1. And Solomon made affinity with Pharaoh. Affinity is an alliance. So this is what they were saying Solomon was doing. He was marrying these pagan women to make alliances with these other nations. Therefore, he can secure a bigger bag. Therefore, the land can have peace. Two main reasons for making these affinities. You could put whatever order you want to put them in. You could say peace first and then the bag, or you could say the bag first and then peace. Solomon was trying to get to that bag on a whole different level. And so he was marrying these different women, bringing them in. And guess what happens? He violated what Deuteronomy 17:17 says about not taking many wives into yourself. Don't multiply your wives. Why? Because they will turn your heart away from the Most High. And that's what happens when you start securing that bag and you start getting more and more and more money. Your desires increase. Now you're so wealthy and rich, you feel like you could take on more women. You can have more pleasure. And guess what happens? Your heart gets lifted up with pride. And pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall.